excited here tonight than I am. See to it that the city of Bloomington has got a great future in front of it. And that'll be provided by the leadership of Mayor Tim Busse. I know that there's a lot of things to be said and we want to hear from you, but I think Nolan and Elise are going to kind of kick it off with a couple of thoughts. The inside cabinet of the Busse for Mayor campaign is right here, so let's hear from them.
All right, good evening all. I'm Elise, I'm not Nolan. Thank you all so much for being here. It means a lot to our family, it means a lot to my dad. Thank you simply for showing up. You are here because you've been involved with my dad's campaign. You've seen all the Facebook posts, you've seen the email blasts, you've seen all of the campaign advertisement that my dad has sent out. But I'm here to tell you some things that you might not know about the man you just elected mayor of Bloomington. First up, he thinks Bob Seger and Mick Jagger are rock gods, but he secretly wishes he was David Bowie, and I think it has to do with the costumes. He's calm and articulate when he speaks, but when he gets mad, like at Gopher football games, he can swear like you wouldn't believe. And it's creative. He can weave a tapestry of profanity, and he works in profanity like other artists works in clay and art. He is a true master. He can smoke a mean turkey on the big green egg. Now, there's no punchline here. I'm just hungry, and I'd like my dad to make me some dinner. He's a very good gardener, and the main reason that he loves to garden is because he loves to grow flowers and give them to my mom every day. So when we drove down to Kentucky for a family wedding when we drove down to Nashville for a family wedding, we stopped in Kentucky at the Wild Turkey Distillery, and it was the happiest day of my dad's life. His words, not mine. And he's versatile. This Saturday, he's going to the Penn State football game. Woo! Go Gophers. And next weekend, he's going to the Cher Drag Brunch. All right, now it's time for the speed round. Favorite color is red. Favorite movie is It's a Wonderful Life. Favorite kid is Jake and Elwood, our two dogs. The only thing my parents argue about is when to take down the Christmas tree. He values friendship, family, hard work, strong community, honesty, and doing the right thing. He will talk to anyone about anything, as long as they're buying the coffee. And the last two things you probably already know because you're here and you voted for him. He's a true believer in the good that local government can do and the difference that local government can make in people's lives. And last but certainly not least, he's going to be a great mayor.
Hello, everyone. Well done, Elise. Did a great job there. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nolan Busse. Last week, my dad asked me if I would like to give an introduction tonight. And for those of you that know me, getting up in front of people, being the center of attention, and having people listen to everything I have to say is something I'm not a big fan of. So I only reluctantly agreed. But for those of you who don't know me, I just made all that up because I love being the center of attention. And here we go. Everyone's strapped in. So my dad officially started his campaign earlier this summer, and I have had a front row seat to basically the entire thing. What with living in this basement. So it's, it's been a great deal. Almost every day since then, Dad has worked tirelessly on the campaign trail, whether it's daily door-knocking sessions, campaign forums, answering phone calls at any time of the day, and dealing with borderline insane people on Facebook. So it's quite a feat. He has tackled all these challenges with energy and enthusiasm, and I know he will continue to do so as he takes office here. I've always thought that the mark of a good leader, a leader, a boss, a manager, whoever, is someone that will never delegate a task they're not willing to do themselves. I know that since the campaign has started, my dad has been willing to roll up his sleeves, get the job done, and do whatever it takes. And I know that there's a lot of people in this room right now who have dedicated a lot of time, energy, and resources to helping my dad, and I would hope you all would say the same thing. The last few months, Dad has done various fundraisers in Bloomington. Sorry. In all of them, he has said what he thinks his. Said what he thinks his dad, my grandpa, would think. And the number one thing he always says that my grandpa would initially say would be, "What the hell are you doing, Tim? Why are you doing this?" And even though that would be his initial reaction, I know that Grandma and Grandpa right now would be very proud of you. I know that all your family and friends here are too. I have to end with a funny story because, again, I say I love the mic, so I gotta get funny here. So we're gonna go back 8 years here to when Dad was first running for city council. We had a big literature job organized, and myself, my sister Elise, my cousin Mr. Daniel back there, and our other cousin Zach have been grouped together and given an area to cover. And again, looking back, we've got a combined IQ of about 6, so I don't really know what we got combined together, but nevertheless, we did, so I digress. So Zach and I are going up the doors, we're knocking, doing our thing, and we go up to this one house. We knock, and we ring doorbell, and nobody's home, or so we thought. As we turn around, the door slowly opens, and this guy walks outside. And I don't know if anybody here has seen Gran Torino. But Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino essentially walks, a get off my lawn kind of guy, walks out the door, and he's seeing what we're doing, asking if Zach and I stayed our business, and he looks at us, looks me dead in the eye, and goes, "Tim Busse is an asshole." And Zach and I stand there, and we nod like, yeah. I say to the guy, "You know what? No, that's my dad right there." And the guy looks at me again, and he goes, "Well, I'm not voting for him." And me and the crotchety old man, we have a stare down that lasted an eternity, it felt like, just staring at each other. And in the back, my little cousin Zach, who at the time, at no more than 15 years old, pipes up and says, "Well, mister, I'm not voting for him either." So sorry for not securing Mr. Eastwood's doppelganger. So thank you for everyone coming out tonight. My family and I and everyone, we appreciate that, and you all more than you know. So without further ado, let me introduce you, the next Mayor of Bloomington, Mr. Timothy Richard Busse.
So that's the danger of teaching the kids how to give a speech, okay? Is that then you have to follow them sometimes, and it's a tricky one. So thank you all so very, very much for being here this evening. I stand here before you very excited, very honored, and very humbled to be the next mayor of Bloomington, Minnesota. I really do. And those of you who know me know that I do not take any of that, what I just said, lightly in any way, shape, or form. I have the highest regard for current mayors, for our past mayors, for elected officials across Minnesota. I know what they do, why they do it, what goes into it, and I hold them in the highest respect. I hold the office of mayor in the highest respect, and I will promise you that over the next 4 years, I will do everything that I can to match that respect and to affirm your belief in me as mayor of this great city. So thank you so very much for that. There are so many people to thank, and I will apologize ahead of time for the people that I'm going to forget, because I certainly will. So I'll just kind of group it into certain folks. As I look out here, I look at people who have volunteered, who have donated, who have door knocked, who have put up signs, who have done so much work. And when I say humbled as the mayor, that's one of the most humbling things I think that is part of being an elected official, is seeing people who are members of the community who are willing to work so very hard for me. They may know me, they may not know me. What they're working very hard for is good government in their city. And that is just so humbling and so wonderful. So to all of you who put in the hours, who put in the time, who put in the work, for me, for other candidates, for any candidate at any time, thank you so very much. Thank you for the work that you do. I really do appreciate that. To my friends here tonight who are elected officials, either past or present, and I see mayors, I see state senators, I see former mayors was here, I see a state representative, my fellow council members. All of you, thank you so very much for your strength, your guidance, your advice, your telling me to knock it off every once in a while, telling me, putting me on the right path. Bloomington has, for more than a generation, has had outstanding leadership in this city. Outstanding leadership. And that's what makes Bloomington the unbelievable city that it is today. And I'm very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with my fellow council members, with my fellow elected officials, but I'm also honored to stand on the shoulders of the elected officials who have come before me and who have built such an outstanding foundation and have made Bloomington such a great place to be. So, this gentleman in particular, yes. Mayor Gene Winstead, 20 years. I've had the opportunity to sit next to him only for the past 8 years. Gene, it has been an honor, and I really am proud to call you my mentor, my friend, and my mayor. So thank you so very much. Elise talked about the premium, the value that I put on family, and that cannot be overstated. The family, my family, without my family, again, I wouldn't be here where I am. My siblings are intermixed here somewhere. My 3 brothers and sister are here, and their spouses. Thank you very much. In particular, Corey and Heidi have been just invaluable over the course of this election. So wonderful. My in-laws, Heather's brothers and sisters, are here as well, and so thank you very much for your help. Dane and Deanna Dorsey, Mayor Buzz Olson, and company are here, so thank you for all of your help. Brian Young and Mary Young, Heather's aunt and uncle, who were 8 years ago, they were my first campaign chair and believed in me and helped me and got me elected for the first time. So you were on the ground floor, so thank you very much, Mary and Brian. You met Nolan and Elise, and thank you guys. You did a great job. And we couldn't have done this without you. And finally, of course, Heather, my beautiful wife, Heather. I can't begin to describe all of the crap she has had to put up with over the course of this election, and she has been fantastic. So thank you very much, Heather. Love you very much. So those results that we saw tonight, the people of Bloomington have given a pretty clear message in a lot of different ways. The people of Bloomington said very clearly that proven, experienced leadership matters. That community involvement matters. That someone who is actually serious about the job of an elected official, that all matters. And I think that means a lot. That says a lot about what Bloomington demands and expects out of its elected officials. Bloomington has said tonight that Bloomington is a really well-run city that provides outstanding services to citizens at an affordable price and does a darn good job at it. And I heard the citizens of Bloomington say, thank you for doing that, and make sure you continue that. And folks, we're going to do that. We are absolutely going to do that. I have also heard over the course of this campaign that there are some people in the city who don't feel as connected to their city government as they should. They feel that they've either been left out or left behind or they're not involved. And I understand that and I take that to heart. And as I look at my fellow council members here tonight, I can promise you that that will be addressed. We will look at that with serious eyes and with firm commitment to make sure that there's nobody left behind and left out of this equation here. Because we are working, folks, for all of Bloomington. Everybody here in this city, we are working for all. And finally, I've been saying throughout this campaign that what has set Bloomington apart for so many years is the fact that Bloomington has been creative and innovative and bold. I keep using that word bold. We're going to continue to be bold as a community. And when I say bold, I'm not talking just building big edifices or adding big structures, but we're going to be bold in our policies. We're going to be bold in how we develop our community. We're going to be bold in how we reach out to all members of our community. We are going to be bold in our leadership in the Twin Cities, showing the Twin Cities how to do things, whether it's opportunity housing, whether it's involving the entire community, whether it's economic development, whether it's alignment between our school district, our city, our community college, our business community. We are going to be in alignment. We are going to move forward boldly. Because as we move boldly, as Bloomington moves boldly, Bloomington moves successfully. And that's what we're going to do. So, friends, supporters, family members, everybody, I thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I really am touched to be to see this turnout, which is an outstanding turnout. I am so appreciative of your support, of your votes, of your lifting me up to this position. I really do appreciate it. I really am truly touched by this. And thank you all very much. And please stick around. We've got some celebrating to do. Thank you all.